I don't really want to talk about specifics of what just happened, but I am going to talk about how I'm feeling and how I'm choosing to respond to this situation. How you react and how you behave is your karma. And people want to talk about like returning energy. Someone gave me some negative energy, someone hurt me, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to hurt them. And that's a really stupid way of looking at life. There is already so much pain in their heart and so much pain within them that to live with themselves is the revenge. To live as unhealed as they are, to have to give all this pain away to everyone else because there's so much pain inside them that they have to give it away to other people, that's the punishment. To have to go to bed at night filled up with that much hatred and pain and bitterness, imagine how painful that is. That's enough revenge. Because the way you act is how the universe is going to meet you. And everyone always loves a good revenge story. Like, oh, someone did something really bad to me, and so I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do this epic thing that like completely repays all the bad that they did to me, right? My life is never worse than when I am actively angry at people when I should be forgiving and forgetting about the whole incident. Because when you seek revenge on a person, it makes you no better than they are. You have turned into the person that you yourself hate when you seek revenge on the people who wronged you. That whole quote about how the abused will become the abuser, you're becoming that when you seek revenge on a person. And I know sometimes it gives this feeling of satisfaction, or it gives this feeling of like, yeah, I did that. I returned that energy. It's not the best way of going about things. Everything will be repaid in due time. I promise you. Because when you allow these people in your life who are causing you stress, who have wronged you, who have hurt you in the past, who have caused you pain that you're still healing from today, when you actively give them anger, you're giving them energy. Because anger is just the punishment we give ourselves for other people's mistakes. You can choose to let go of that anger at any given moment. You can choose to put down the burden of carrying that anger at any given moment. And you can decide to switch around your mind and say, yeah, okay, they wronged me, but I'm going to move forward. I can understand that what they did is because they themselves are wounded and they themselves are going through something that I cannot understand. And they have chosen to express their anger onto me. They chose to cause me pain because there's pain within them that they did not know how to deal with. And those of us who have been on the receiving end of that pain, the best thing we can do is just release those people from our life and let them go. Because like I said before, my life is never as bad as it is when I'm focusing on those who have hurt me, instead of focusing on myself and my own life. Because all the bad people in my life, like all the people who have hurt me, all the people that make me feel really anxious, or just the people that rattle me. Because I don't know if you've ever had a person that like rattles you, but it's like you see a picture of them and you start hyperventilating, or it's like the idea of talking to them makes your chest tight. Or you feel like you're on the edge of a panic attack when you think about being in the same room as them again, right? But the worst thing you can do is walk around every day and instead of focusing on yourself and improving yourself and being the main character in your own story, the worst thing you can do is place them up on a pedestal of anger and focus on every single wrong thing they ever did to you and hold that close to your heart as a part of your identity. Because a lot of people who have been through abuse, who have been through difficult situations, when you come out the other end, you don't have a sense of identity. So a lot of abuse victims, trauma victims, a lot of people will cling to their pain because it serves as a form of identity. And I know I've been guilty of that, where I'm very quick to bring up my trauma, or I have a tendency of oversharing what I've been through with others because I need them to know what I went through to know who I am. This is an exercise I did to help myself get out of that and help myself reach forgiveness and get over a lot of the pain that I was caused in the past. I thought to myself, hey Bailey, who would you be if this didn't happen? Like if this chunk of your life didn't happen, who would you be? If you didn't have to carry the burden of remembering all this and feeling all this, who would you be? Because I don't know about you, but it's been very helpful for me to separate myself from what I went through, not as a form of disassociation, but because sometimes I cling so much to the pain because I secretly miss those that I had to leave behind because they were harming me. And that's a feeling I think a lot of people don't talk about, missing those who hurt you. And sometimes I want to pull revenge, or I want to yell at them, like unblock them, bring them back into my life, just to yell at them, just so I can sit and have a conversation with them. But the only way I can have a conversation with them is by yelling at them, because I will be incredibly scared to be in the same room as them. So it's a very conflicting feeling. But also, I know how unreasonable they are. I know how unreasonable the people that hurt me are. So even if I'm standing there, even if I'm enacting revenge, even if I am yelling at them, even if I am returning the energy to them, I know how unreasonable they are, and everything I say to them can and will be used against me. And here's the other point. The universe meets you at your own actions, your own karma. What you do is how the universe, God, will respond to you. So do you really want to go and be yelling at people, be hurting people, be bringing people down? Even if these are people who harmed you, do you really want to sink to their level? Because that means you're the same as them. You're the same as the people who hurt you. If you do that, you are so much better than that. The people who harmed you saw the light within you. They saw the love within you. They saw the forgiveness and the peace within you, and they were jealous of that. And the reason they hurt you is because you have a light within you. They saw your fire and they wished to extinguish it because they were jealous of it, because they were ashamed that they don't have the same fire within them, because they thought that to extinguish your flame, it might ignite theirs. There's something about you which triggers something within them. That's all that abuse is. That's all that pain that people cause is. Something in you triggers something in them that causes them to act the way they did. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It has everything to do with them and their own personal triggers that they're choosing to enact out in an abusive and a painful way. That's all it is at the end of the day. And if you sink to their level, you are no better than them. You are no better than the people who hurt you. And like I said at the beginning of this video, your karma is your own. If you choose to hurt those people back, if you choose to enact revenge, it will come back to you. It will come back to you. Every time I've tried to enact revenge or hurt someone back who hurt me, almost instantly I got some form of karma. If I think about a person bad, if I treat a person bad, if I am mean to a person, almost same day, I will get that karma back to me. Almost same day, I will get that same energy brought back my way every single time. And I know you want to think that the people who harmed me, I have to enact the revenge because they deserve it and they deserve to feel the same pain that they gave me. Honey, don't do that. Do not fucking do that. Don't fucking do that. Because if you choose to walk away, if you choose to just silently leave, not stoop to their level, stay kind, stay peaceful, but just walk away from the people who hurt you, you will get 1,000,001 blessings on your name. You will get 1,000,001 blessings in your life. And I promise you their karma will be delivered, whether it is the next day or 15 years from when they hurt you. Every single person in my life who has ever caused me pain, they've gotten their karma. They have gotten their karma in one way or another. The universe always balances things out. And the kinder you are, and the more gracious you are, and the more peaceful you are, and the better person that you are, you'll be given those gifts back. You'll be given that karma back. And the worse of a person they are, the more mean, the more stubborn, the more abusive, they're getting that energy back. No matter what. You just got to trust. That's the secret to getting rid of that anger. It really is just to forgive and forget. That's the best method. I've tried every one in the book, and I promise you to be peaceful, to walk away, to forgive, and to forget is the best method, foolproof method. To add more to their pot, it's like their cup's already running over with hatred. There's nothing you can do or say that's gonna be revenge. They already know they're miserable, and you yelling at them or you being vengeful is kind of like kicking a dead horse, you know? Just leave it alone. It's already rotting. And honestly,
to have the choice to enact revenge, to have the choice to hurt others the way that you have been hurt, and to look at that in the face and say, you know what, I'm going to be peaceful instead, to be calm instead, to be forgiving instead, that takes the most strength in the entire universe. And if you have the ability to look at the person who have wronged you and say, I forgive you, I love you, I wish you well, and walk the fuck away, you have the strength of a fucking god.
Just walk away. The best thing you can do for someone that just needs to continually give you hate is cut off their supply. Because to hurt you and to abuse you gives them energy, because now they have somewhere to put their pain, and it's into you. And when you finally walk away, they have to feel it, and they have to sit with it, and they have to be with their pain. To hurt you is their coping mechanism, and to cut yourself off from them forces them to look at the pain inside. The best revenge you can give them is to walk away, because they'll finally have to heal, and that's going to be more painful for them than any revenge that you can give them. Because I don't know if this is the same for everyone else, but healing from the pain that I went through hurt almost worse than going through it. But here's the other thing. You're not a hateful person. You're not a bad person. You weren't the abuser in the situation. So you get to wake up every day as you, knowing that you haven't hurt a person, knowing that you've been a good person, knowing that you have peace within you. They have to wake up every day as themselves, knowing that they've hurt you, knowing that they have put pain into you, knowing they have acted wrong, and living with the guilt of all that they can't control their actions enough to not hurt the people close to them. They have to wake up every day with that. You haven't done anything wrong yet. You haven't hurt anyone yet. But after you do this revenge, you're going to feel that same guilt that they do every day. So don't start that cycle. Don't start that cycle of wronging people who have wronged you, because then you're going to start wronging people who haven't wronged you, just because you like the way that hurting other people feel. Most people I know who are abusers or who are just really, really fucking mean people, it all started because someone was hurting them and they chose to enact revenge, and then they just liked the way that felt, putting the pain that was inside them into other people. And they just kept doing that and kept doing that. And then they became the abuser. The abused became the abuser. Instead of just taking a step back, looking inside of them and being like, hey, I'm going to take a step back because you're hurting me, and I'm going to go and I'm going to heal, and I'm never going to talk to you again. And that will be the greatest revenge I ever do. The best foolproof way to heal from everything is to walk away, heal, forgive, and forget. That's the formula. Every single time someone hurts you, that's the formula. Walk away, heal, forgive, forget. That's all.